February 2018. This is Wednesday. This video is about the different levels of laughters that the mind handlers will play out through the voice to skull tactic, to the voice to skull theater, the forced speech rants. They've turned my my throat into a pipe, to a witch pipe, or a terrestrial pipe. The thing about this is a lot of other targets call them mind handlers and psychopaths, and they really are psychopaths. But they're witch. There's levels of witch beings, female witch beings, and there's levels of butch with ES, and then there's bitch ES. I'm sorry, I have to talk like this. They have fray effects on me, auditory fray effects on me. They have reflexive on me, reflexive frequencies. Pretty much every word, everything we say has a reflexive frequency. Let's see, and they rhyme RHYMES. They rhyme everything. So these things makes it very, and they use phonemes. So these tactics makes it difficult for me to easily just say the words out in straight talk. But this video is about the different levels of laughters that are played out in my voice to skull, my forced speech, RANTS. It's not just forced speech for me. They rant me a lot of time, and they turn my vocals into a pipe, and they will rant through me, and they pitch me, and it causes a lot of cardiac torture to me. It causes me neurological. It has caused me neurological torture and cardiac torture, to the point where I need to cry, and they don't let me cry. What they've done is, like, the things, the torture that they experience out on me, it makes me cry. But instead of the cry, they will make me grin, because they're grinning through me. And these are the witches and the bitches and the butches. The different levels of laughter are carried out through my vocals and my heart system over here, my cardiac system, and my spinal cord, and my auditories. But there's 4 types of laughs. There's the pig laugh, the rat laugh, the potboy laugh, and the phallus laugh. The potboy laugh is the soul death laugh. When the soul energy falls from its higher self, there is a demonic being in the lower self that will laugh demonically and horrendously at the fallen higher self soul energy, or when it falls down to the phallus beings, which is mark of the beast. The mark of the beast is such that this potboy laugh, because I've had, since 2010, I've had this being. He's short, skinny. He can change morphology from a South American to an Egyptian. He can change morphology from a humanoid to a pit bull, to a snake, to an eel. I don't know, these are the ones that I remember right now. But he laughs horrendously when he sees a human soul fallen down to the phallus beings, because the phallus beings, these are voodoo-based beings from South America to Egypt. They really are in their terrestriality. So they're all about the phallus, which degrades the human soul. And you might, as a human being, you might as well be dead when you fall into this mark of the beast realm. I mean, that's how I have experienced it. It's very degrading. It tears down the soul energy, the cardiac system, and the neurological system. Prevents me from crying when I'm crying, and they grin on my cry, and they grin on my pain, and when I need to cry. But anyways, I call this being hiss. He hisses like a snake, and he laughs like a potboy laugh, and he looks for a way to keep me in the covert system, in the mark of the beast system. He has to charge. He keeps placing fines on me because he is in voice to skull, and in the system, in the neural tube. I have a neural tube also. Because he's in the system like that, he has to charge fines. That's why one of the reasons we targets are constantly what do you call it, deprived of our economy, and then they cause a lot of problems for us, so they can charge fines on us. And that he says that's how he keeps people, that's how he keeps a person enslaved, in the dog system, in the covert system, in the mark of the beast system, in the slave system. And to move on from this, it's the pig laugh is when the canine beings, you have the canine beings, the snake beings, the serpent beings, they vampire and they eat the human soul energy in the astral state. When humans are sleeping in their astral state, these beings, they raise their frequency beings also. They call themselves frequency beings. They can change from very hideous beast-like frequencies. The hideous frequencies can be the pedo frequencies. It's they don't just pedo children, they pedo adult people also. We call as targeted people, most targeted people have experienced the soul energy rape. It's the soul energy rape of children is pedophilia. I don't know how to go with that, but it's pig laugh is the demons vampiring and eating the human soul energy in the astral state. They really do eat the human soul energy in the astral state. When the human target wakes up, the human target is very exhausted, and it's very deprived of its soul energy, its memories, its neural processes, its intelligence, its intellectual energy, its spiritual health. The spiritual health is very poor and very sad to look at, okay? The rat laugh is demon, they want me to say demons, they intercept, but the rat laugh are canine beings that can turn into rats, and they will laugh like a rat in the vocals and in the skull, and they will do so in a whisperingly way. They call it motivating, to blame a human being, to claim a human being for torture and traumas, and what do you call it? Let's see, what else is it called? And for vampiring, so that subject, they can eat their emotions. They become a trauma bonding. For trauma bonding, eating the emotions are stuffed to them. They shame the target, and they do a lot of other horrible things, but this is about as much as I can say. The phallus laugh means a fallen angel or soul integrity. They call every human being that falls down to the mark of the beast is a fallen angel. Most of us human beings in our soul energy, in our birth energy, are in many ways angels, okay? So it means a fallen angel or soul integrity has fallen to the degeneracy or satanization process, or human beings has fallen to phallus, hell, or mark of the beast. One thing I needed to say is that these are frequency beings. We have canine beings, snake beings, serpent beings, rat beings. When they become sexual predators, their frequencies becomes delusional. Delusional frequencies, I hear them, they become delusional in my skull and in my vocals every night when they wake me up. They have my soul energy and my sleep energy under control. They used hypnosis, they use trance, they use Medusa, they've used a lot of programs on me to keep my soul in their control, to keep my energy, my organic energy in their control. But I wanted to emphasize that the delusional energy frequency of these beings is very hideous. It is hideous that it makes me cry, because I know they do a lot of unfortunate things to people I care about, and to human beings, to any human being they target, and to good human beings. And this delusional frequency versus the frequencies when a witch is in a state of God frequency. These witches, they can be in God frequency, but they can also be in hideous frequencies. And this goes both for the terrestriality of it, a lot of the reptilian reptilian butches. And then there's the reptilian bitches, the reptilian bitches, the reptilian butches, and a lot of the reptilian butches, they will turn into black snakes, and they will also turn into pit bulls, and they turn into a lot of the South American terrestriality can easily portal into and change frequency. They can change their frequency mode into Egyptian mode. And there's a lot of 1,000 years of frequencies, but the behavior of these frequencies is that they have vengeance and vendettas against soul energies. They're unkind terrestriality. They're unkind frequency beings. So they can, my point being is that I have, at the witch level, they have made it known to me that they can change their frequency beings to godlike frequencies. And they can change their frequencies to hideous frequencies. Hideous frequencies are the rape of human beings in the astral state. The pedophilias of children in the astral state is very sad. A lot of the crippling of the human beings is also caused by these beings through the astral state, through the astral energy state, and through the neural tube. I forgot to say, talk about the neural monitor. It's the neural monitor, but the neural tube is very horrendous. It's very, it's where these demonic, they call themselves the torpedoes. The torpedo, they hide in the neural tube. All the human trafficking of all types takes place through the neural tube, in which whatever the neural, it's how they, in the neural tube, they can, they monitor the trafficking of soul energies by using the fray effects of the auditory system. My ears will only hear the things that they want to hear and the things that they want to say. And it's a lot of it is sexual predatoring, sexual degradation, slave degradation, confining a person to a slave ship, slave trading, human slave trading, swapping souls, swiping souls. There's the fray effects and the reflexive frequency effects of words, conversations, thoughts. There's, let's see, the pitch. They will black pitch on a horrendous level. It's and mind you that the black pitch comes from the Americas, and that the black goo, I know Katzvela said that it comes from Egypt or the Middle East, but from my experiences of since 2010, it comes from South America. And South American terrestriality can change its frequency modes to Egypt. So it's very much South American to me. The black goo terrestrial beings are very much South American to me, because I have witnessed and experienced a lot of black terrestriality from South Americas in my Voice to Skull theater, in its imageries and a lot of stuff that they do. It's very horrendous. And there's a lot of Mohicans, Mayans, South Asian Agamis. South Asian Agamis are very distinct from the rest of South Asia, but these South Asian Agamis are very demonic. They talk cannibalistically. They say cannibalism a lot, and they're much to fear. They're very sadistic and very manipulating. You can distinguish a lot of these terrestrial beings. I refer to them as the demonic diversity, but they have the black goo in them. The black goo beings can be distinguished from the rest of humanity. I think this is it for this video. This video was about different levels of laughter: pig laugh, rat laugh, potboy laugh, phallus laugh. I'm not sure if I made much sense, but this is one of the tactics that I actually suffer from in my Voice to Skull and my forced speech rants, vocals. They've turned my vocals into pipes in which these delusional and hard frequency beings and voodoo based voodoo frequency beings, they will fight each other to provoke circumstances for me, and to provoke me as well, because it prevents me from like for instance, I can't really get a job very easily. I've attempted to apply for jobs so many times, and they've sleep deprived me, and they will talk through my vocals. They use my vocals like a pipe, and the voice decibels are extremely high. The pitch, they will black pitch it very high because they want to black bitch it. A lot of them, as I have said, there were Mayans, the South Asian Agamis, and the Kistas, the black Kistas of the Americas, from the South Americas to the Americas. Most people see the 50 states as distinct from South America, but there's so much South American terrestriality power in this country that it's very much the Americas, because there's a tower watch, and that tower watch is very much operated by black goo based beings. And a lot of them are from South American terrestriality that can change their frequency modes to Egypt and South Asia. And there's just so many different levels of it, from the indigenous of nations. When they first came to my conscience, a lot of them, they introduced themselves as the indigenous of nations. The terrestriality of it is very hideous, and is very much to fear, but I believe we as human beings should not be afraid to know them. It's the only way we can revive the aged old centuries. I mean, that just being one thing being said, but also, I don't know, I mean, to protect ourselves better. Before 2010, I did not know these terrestriality beings. Telepathy was, you know, I didn't know telepathy. Now I know it, but it's been like after 10 years that I've realized how to know the terrestrial frequency thoughts in my mind and telepathies. I didn't know this before, and there's a lot of these terrestrialities will exert a venom frequencies on my mind, which puts my mind out of frequency, they said, but I lose my memories on it. I lose my memories, my different levels of memories, and this venom frequencies can be a little bit confused from the microwaving and the electrosmogging. I get both of these. I've been I have experienced microwaving of my microwave energy on both my skull and my body and my hands and my legs, and electrosmogging. I've suffered from all of these, so I'm hurting very much inside, both neurologically, cardiac, from cardiac system. My heart is weak. My heart energy is weakened. I've been trying to get healthcare in this, but I haven't managed to so far. But I don't know. I mean, this is one of the difficulties that I suffer from every day, 24/7, 365 days since 2010. I don't know. I hope this makes sense. You guys have a good day. Bye-bye.